Now I'm going back in time to this, so I have my phone. So this is another old piece. I think this. Words. The day dawns. The singing of the mockingbirds herald the sun. Man arise with a stretch and a yawn, grateful to God because a new day just begun. A bath and some fresh clothes prepare us for the day. Driven by a desire for the finer things in life, we step out, each going his own separate way. In dignity we labor, amidst the hustle and the bustle. The air of opportunity we savor, physically and mentally flexing our muscles. Donning overall suits and ties, in the offices and factories we toil, fluctuating frowns and smiles. In dignity we labor, enterprise bars no gender, employing skill and talent we forge, by all means lawful, seeking legal tender. To pay our bills and ensure our meals, we endure the drill to fund our frills and trills. In dignity we labor, citizens of the third world, restricted by teetering structures, we strive against all odds. In a cruel and oppressive system, yet we refuse to fall victim. In dignity we labor, and patiently to our conscience listen. Men feigning leadership, don corruption. The masses under the guise of hardship place their conscience on auction. Compromise slays ethics, changing policies confront industry. The economy topples right before our very eyes. But nevertheless, in dignity we labor regardless, honestly handling our business. The government plays the quack poised to abort our dreams, but in God we find the strength we lack to swim against the tide upstream. With vision of better things we labor, knowing in persistent hard work lies achievement. We will indeed get there. The cock crows are dawn. If you believe, nod your head with me in agreement. From the midst of our problems, innovation beckons. With grit and determination, this black skin shall one day be reckoned. We will not embrace malpractice. We will not slay justice to curry favors. No, in dignity we will labor. And when our time is up, the generation that comes after shall from us inherit character. And they shall one day stand above our graves with smiles as broad, saying aloud to themselves, in dignity they live. You know, sometimes I think I went to a particular reading, and someone raised an observation that your poems are so dark, pessimistic. Try and do something with a positive, with a positive outlook. So I tried to do a poem centered on hope. I tried and tried. I just, I tried to the answer, but I got there somehow. So you see, hope is a Nigerian I know because I've met her. Last week she looked at me through the eyes of a widow whose husband died on the pension line. His only son, a stowaway in a North African cell, Europe on his mind. Yet she forges on, this ain't just a rhyme, I tell you, hope is a Nigerian. They say federal lawmakers take home over 20 mil a quarter. Still the minimum wage of million other Nigerians can't feed, clothe and educate their sons and daughters. But the question is, why isn't there blood on the streets? Hope is a Nigerian, so she endures the consequences of the greed of our politicians. She inures her pain in the often banal creativity of our musicians. About 40% of our children are trained in public institutions where the students have no desk to sit on. 1/3 of our university graduates are hardly literate, yet she argues her future is bright. Hope is a Nigerian. At night she powers her homes with generators and leaves before the morning lights to beat the traffic. Her roads are sorry sight. It's pathetic what she has to put up with, yet she suffers and smiles. Hope is a Nigerian, you see. She hardly flinches when she announces she's the giant of the continent, its largest producer of oil. But 90% of its proceeds are controlled by 1/10 of the population, while the others drink of the sweat that flows from their tireless toils. Everything in the natural seems to have failed her, so she seeks the divine for help. She prays for security and she prays for health. She prays for wealth and she prays for bread. She prays for peace, begging God to keep her disparate tribes together, even if by the string of a thread. Hope is a Nigerian, so she prays. Hope is a Nigerian, so she stays the bloody revolution that beckons. Hope is a Nigerian, therefore I reckon In the not too far distance awaits her change, because the Bible says hope makes not ashamed. So let Nigeria hope and let Nigeria pray, let Nigeria fight and let Nigeria say the substance of our hope someday shall be. Hope is a Nigerian, I know, because hope leads.
Okay, Juma to the answer.
You always do your poems with so much passion. I was just asking her, how does one instill...
This show is like interrogative, we talk, we do...